Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. So it goes up, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us in your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty who's worth of a lady. It's nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within took a love fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt this sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, a killing light. I found me a beautiful girl.
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a cocoa bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty. I'm impressed and I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty. I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
Such the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. Your beauty shines and breeze at night. All I really want in my life. Oh yeah. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl. One beautiful girl, yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMB, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace up with presents and gifts, call me Santa Claus. I make a heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me ass and culture, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl. Sparkling eyes, killing
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
All right. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. What's going on? Welcome. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications. Let's ping everybody else into the room. Let's do that right now, okay? I did not set up this live before, so it's a bit of a surprise. I did have something else scheduled, but you know, that one is not holding much longer, so I decided to. I had like 2 hours blocked that was wide open this Sunday afternoon. Happy Sunday to you. Happy Sunday. So I decided to come and use it to spend some time right here with the Prestige family. How on a day? I hope you guys are doing well. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe, turn up your notifications so you're notified when we go live. All right. Welcome back to the Prestige family. Let me do some quick updates. Let's see. This month our goal was $200. Okay, $200, and let's see how we're doing. Because actually, okay, we're at 184 and 89 cents. Shout out to you. I appreciate you for always sharing, hitting the like button, donating. Okay. Shout out to all my sponsors. I appreciate you. More Fresh, Life with Natu, Adesua, Film Girl, Open Floor by Team Aggress Corner, D Love, Yes TV. I appreciate you a lot. So do me a favor. Let's hit the like button. Let's see how many likes. There's about 6 of us watching me live at this moment. Let's get that like up to at least 6. All right. All right, so we're missing like already 4 likes. Come on. All right, hit the like button. Something might be happening with YouTube, by the way. I can't tell. The numbers are a little bit screwed up. All right, maybe, I don't know, maybe something is invading the internet. Who knows? But welcome back. All right, so let's see here. By the way, I do have books that you can download for free. We have especially these 2 books, Get My Marriage Back. It's available for you for free. And Number One Red Flag. You can get these books absolutely for free by simply going to manofprestige.com and downloading the books for free. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Thank you. Let's get the likes button up before I start the show. We're going to talk about Korra Obidi small, but we'll talk about everything. Okay. Today is just cruise day. Today is cruise Sunday. I just had like an open time and I wanted to just hang out. All right. However, we're going to talk about a video that literally was just posted just a little while back. Okay, let's see. Let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. All right. Oh yeah, by the way, we offer coaching. My wife and I offer relationship and marriage coaching. Okay, relationship and marriage coaching. We've been together for 20 years. We are doing our 17th year this year, wedding anniversary. So we've been through the ups and the downs of marriage. Right now our marriage is on absolute bliss cruise, you know. So, but it's not something that fell out of the sky. It's a method to what we're enjoying, and we're sharing that. So if you're interested in coaching, if you think you're in a broken situation, reach out. You can send us an email at ask@manofprestige.com. Send us an email and then we'll review, see if it's a fit, and then we'll see if our 12 months coaching program is a fit for you. Our programs are 12 months. Should I start to preach again? Okay, most people are inside of marriage where they really never learn the skills. Okay. All of us that say I do, we didn't know what we're doing. That's the reality. Most people will blame it on their partner, the other person. Okay, Most people would think that their situation is worse than the next person next door. Ultimately, what it comes down to is your skill set. But again, we always like to review to see if you're a fit for what we offer, because it's not for everyone. Okay, it's definitely not for people that are not coachable. Okay, there is such a thing as coachability. All right, so reach out first. ask@menofprestige.com. Oh, by the way, you can join us in the backstage too for conversations, even after the show, at whatsapp.menofprestige.com. So you can have access to the backstage over there. And what else do we have going on? All right, we want to talk about Korra Obidi today. Okay, this is Man of Prestige. My name is Ola. Okay, and what we come here to do is we talk about life, relationships. We extract lessons from trendy topics. We attack these issues from a self-power, social seduction, attraction, and emotional intelligence standpoint. All right, so we can bring us up to speed. That's what we do. So if you see us cover trendy topics, if you're brand new here, first of all, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. That is house rule. All right. All right, good. With that being said, hey, shout out to Chinya. Chinya, I see you. How are you? How are you? I'm here. Okay, I'm here. Okay. During the week, I won't be engaging the chat. All right. Drop it because everybody is busy. We knock out the stories, extract the lessons. We keep it moving. All right. In the weekends, I've got time. I've dropped the link already. It's in the chat. It's pinned to the top. So if you have something to say, an opinion or something like that, Chinya, why are you laughing? You're like, hola. Right? All right. But yeah, I did hear. All right. So I have time during the weekend when we do go live to engage the chat. All right. So what do we have today in our hands? We have the first video I want us to react to is this young man who is, he would argue is not that I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Right? It's this man that it would act like he's not part of the manosphere, but he's a bona fide part of the manosphere. He reacts to videos and stuff like that. You know, I don't always disagree with him, but you know, I do quite a bit. All right. His name is, what's his name, Joseph? Let me share my screen real quick. I'm still struggling with the real quickly thing. Let me share my screen. All right. So what's his name again? I always forget. His name is they call him MTR on YouTube. He has a huge platform. Okay, he has a big platform. This is about how many? I mean, he dropped this video literally 39 minutes ago. So, you know, I just like, hey, I want to go live. Let me see what's on my feed. Boom, he's right there. He just dropped the video. I was like, okay, we're talking about Korra here as well. Korra Obidi here as well. We might as well just see what he's saying, you know, about Korra Obidi. And he's saying, he put an arrow next to Korra Obidi's face. You might be triggered a little bit here. Relax. Okay. He put an arrow. He puts an arrow next to Korra Obidi's face, and it says sick. All right. Boom. So if you're a Korra Obidi follower, trigger a lot. All right. You might be triggered because this says a lot. But his followers are mostly men that are looking for confirmation bias of how they already feel about what makes relationships work and the state of the modern women. You know, now I have to be fair to MTR. His name is his actual YouTube name is what do you call it? What is his name? Jesus Christ, MTR. What is his name? I can't see the name. Okay, it's a long name. Mediocre Tutorial, something like that. Mediocre Tutorial and Reviews. That's why they call him MTR. So I'm definitely going to be reviewing this video, see what he says, and then see if we can use that to extract some lessons. We're talking about Korra Obidi, and I'm gonna react to a reaction, if you will. Okay, we're gonna react to a reaction. But before I do that, let me come. That's MTR right there. Before I come into, let me see. Okay, all right, we're good to go. Let's just get into it. Let's get into it. So if you're a follower, a lover of Korra Obidi, trigger alert. Okay. Korra Obidi, before I get into the Korra Obidi she's a product of what you may call it. She's a product of Deeper Life. Okay, how many of you know what Deeper Life is? You guys know what Deeper Life is? She's a product of Deeper Life. Let me see. There's some videos that I posted some few days of some interviews with Korra Obidi. She was interviewed by a guy called, I think his name is Adeshok, but he has a podcast called the Afrobeat Podcast, right? Let me see if I can pull up those videos. Well, while we're doing that, let me just go ahead and play some already, okay? And then I'll pull up those videos. Let's go. Let's get to it. What's going on, D-Love? How are you? Happy Sunday.
May everybody, plus the perpetrator and the supporters of the perpetrator who have been causing me such pain,
Not to offer.
may they never know peace.
Damn.
May humiliation
Jesus.
daily be the portion of them and their children till the day that they go.
Oh my
they
God.
Alive themselves.
Jesus.
Sheesh.
This
Wait a minute, till they unalive themselves. Oh my God.
all of you harassing me,
You.
plus him, his family, his mother,
Huh?
everybody that has come together to harass me for the last 2 years for a crime I did not commit. May all your children be constantly humiliated till the
Jesus.
day that they unalive themselves.
God damn.
May they continue to beg for this thing that you have put me through for the past 2 years.
Whoa.
Lying, defaming me, my brand, and everything I stand for. My children, my daughters will grow old.
Oh, this is horrific.
They will see this on the internet about their mother.
Discover
Jesus.
the industry that's quietly making billionaires.
All right, your take. I want to hear you already. Okay, that's the intro of that video that MTR just dropped. Okay, so he hasn't said anything yet. But why is Korra on the internet cursing? Cursing all everybody. Mr. E say, is Deeper Life a cult? Well, here's the thing. Mr. E said, what is Deeper Life? Interesting. That's an interesting question. Mr. E, are you a Nigerian? I'm gonna guess no. Or you're a Nigerian that grew up outside of Nigeria. Dilo say, you don't read voodoo. Abi, that's, you see, me too. Your shock me too. Even your shock, they shock your shock self. No, okay, what do I want to say exactly? I'm just as shocked as you are. Listen, I'm telling you. Listen, this internet, if you don't know what you're doing,
He shock you.
this internet will tamper with your mental health. Okay?
I never expected it.
Yep. This is an interesting question. Is Deeper Life a cult? I'll tell you that Korra Obidi does think Deeper Life is a cult. That's exactly how she described it. Deeper Life kids always turn out something. I have cousins that went to Deeper Life and they are the most naked people on the internet. There you have it. This is what happened with extreme ideologies. Okay, you tend to forget your raising children, that they will also react a certain way long term if you are raising them in extreme ways. If you don't teach them the nuances of life, understanding that life is an interesting thing. Human beings are interesting. Misty said, I am Nigerian by association. I'll take that. You're a Nigerian. Let's just call it you're a Nigerian. I feel you. So Deeper Life is actually a church. Let me see. Do they have internet? This will be interesting. Oh, sorry. Do they have a website? I wanted to say Deeper Life Bible Church is actually the name. All right. When I searched on Google, you see what it came up? They actually have. Can you believe that Deeper Life? If you grew up in the 90s, can you believe that internet that they actually have a website? Let's look at what's going on Deeper Life's website. Deeper Christian Life Ministries. Let's get in there. Let's see what's going on Deeper Life. This is Baba Pastor Dr. W.F. Kumuyi. Glorious transformation through Christ. Listen, they have the internet, the ultimate technologically designed TV of all time. if you grew up in the 90s, you know that Deeper Life did not allow, didn't allow television in any family that went to Deeper Life. That's Deeper Life for you right there. It's actually a church. But today, Korra Obidi describes this as cult-like. Wait, not to say, wallahi, I want to agree. Deeper Life is a cult. Listen, it's deeper. This whole story is deeper. I didn't know. I never expected this. I did not know this story was going to turn out this way.
I never expected it.
No, there's nothing like engaging you guys. Should I say that? Of course, we don't have the time during the week, but there's nothing like engaging you guys in the chat. But let's get back to what this young man has to say. Listen, whatever he has to say after this intro, it's difficult for me to even argue with him. But why is she on the internet? What is she doing? What was the thing that she was? Jesus. Come on, Korra, what's going on here?
Me, my brand, and everything I stand for. My children, my daughters will grow old.
Oh, this is horrific.
They will see this on the internet about their mother.
I went over a completely ridiculous story none too long ago. The story is of this couple right here. This one right here is famous, over 3 million followers on Instagram, and was previously married to this man right here. Well, this man accused this woman of having an alleged affair while she was pregnant, releasing text messages where the back and forth insinuated that she allowed an almost married man to plunge deep inside of her viscous innards while 5 months pregnant, while tapping the top of that baby's skull. Disgusting and disturbing. Nevertheless, I went over this content, racking up 195,000 views, which is absolutely insane. But this lovely young woman clapped back at this guy right here, her ex-husband. So what I wanted to do here today is to go over that clap back so we can get much more information regarding the matter to see what we can do damage with. Without further ado,
2 years after, and I would like to say an official statement to all the defamation that I have been receiving from a said Justin Dean, here in this statement referred to as Mr. Korra Obidi.
Jesus.
I would like to officially debunk some of the outrageous, crazy allegations that I have been getting.
Let's debunk.
And I would like to officially thank my fans for their patience. If you have already read my book, you have already.
Do you really want to make your holiday special? Tanzania has got
no evidence.
More. This girl go explain. How is she going to debunk? Is that, see, this is the problem with the internet. It makes people delusional. There was no sex tape released or anything like that. What you have is allegations, right? So now you're going to convince those that are already convinced that you did what you didn't do, that you didn't do what you didn't do. Listen to what I just said. Okay, so anybody that believed that you did what you didn't do according to you, you're going to convince them that you didn't do what you didn't. Internet will make you mad.
Explain. We got no evidence.
All right, but here's the thing. Korra is a very, very smart girl. She's very aware that this is all clout at the end of the day. And I'm going to show you some video later on. I think she's a very, very smart girl. All right, now wisdom and being smart, IQ, are completely two different things. Okay, there's a lot of people that are book smart, but when it comes down to long-term effect of the actions that they take, they're disconnected from it. And oftentimes they're also disconnected from the emotional effect. Also at a social level, they are very disconnected. There's so much in terms of the nuances that goes into the effect, long-term, especially long-term effect of our actions. Oftentimes we act from a place of emotions. That's not the same thing as emotional intelligence. That's literally allowing things to happen to you in life. But yeah, let's keep going. Welcome everybody. Do me a favor, hit the like button. Okay, we're only gonna be here to at most, don't let me say, but we're not gonna be here for much long. Okay, So ping everybody into the room so they don't miss out on live interactions, especially. Missy say Korra broke all the rules and some more. Lately, she displays the dark side of her bottom as she dances. I always feel like running over to cover her with a boo-boo. She's naked on the internet. You know, she might as well just be naked. But honestly, she's always been there. You know, before they divorced or they started going through their drama when he ousted her, I would come across, it's kind of like the same thing with Jerry Jackson. I didn't know who these people were, but I've seen in passing on social media, you know, like many of them these days. I'm just getting to know who Nas Boy is. I'm just getting to know who Sabinos, these people. Like, I didn't, you know, until there's a little bit of negative drama, I generally just enjoy, get entertained, keep it moving, right? But if they have any kind of drama and it has to do with relationship and marriage, you know it will come on my radar and we have to cover it and extract the lessons. So on the last video that I did here, I talked about, just on the last show, we talked about Solomon Buchi's response to Korra Obidi. He's right in many ways. However, I can't help but to hear his mindset about life. He's going to end up raising the Korra Obidi in a deeper life. It won't look like deeper life. It will be called another name. And then he too and his children go collect in the future, because they will be moving mad thinking that this life is respecter of anybody. There's something called social intelligence. All I'm asking is just be aware when you're moving. Anyway, he plunged deep inside where English description Maya. That foolishness, believe me, their pastor is doing everything they are told not to do. Yeah. No, deeper life was really deep. Okay. Pastor Kumuyi, I'm convinced that he was really just that naive. Like, he was just stuck in that era. Like, he thought it was just TV. He didn't do the research and go back to see that it was once upon a time just newspapers. And then it became radio, transistor radios. And then it became digital. He didn't like just look at the pattern and say, hey, you cannot stop technology. Let's not be mad. You cannot stop human beings from wanting things to be easier, faster, simpler. In that process, create more problems. You cannot stop human beings. That's just what it is. The only thing you can do with your children is teach them. You know, teach them the nuances, how to take advantage of what is, what you can't change, neither bad nor good, right? And learn how to navigate, because every good thing is going to create new problems. That's just how life works. But what they tend to do is look at things from a standpoint of right and wrong, evil and what's the opposite of evil? Dark and, you know, hot and cold. That's how they see life, binaries. And unfortunately, life has never ever been that way. All you have to do is do a little bit of history with some emotional intelligence on it, and then spend a little bit of time on just observing how people socialize, and then you realize that you cannot stop human beings from either you call it evolving or devolving. It's completely up to you. It is what it is. Okay, the only thing you can do is teach your children how to navigate. But let me guess, you told them they cannot watch TV at all, so they don't even know what they're about to navigate. So when they see it, it's like, wait, I can watch Beyonce, Father Christmas on TV and Michael Jackson. Wait, I cannot do birthday. What about this party that all these people are doing? I can't be a part of that fun, right? You know, if you take my kids to birthday parties right now, they're like, yeah, at some point they're like, okay, we eat jollof rice. Okay, can we go home now, right? But imagine taking kids that have never been to birthday parties to a birthday party. I don't watch Korra but I fear for her mental health. Yeah, she probably thinks she can handle it. Like I said, she's a very smart girl, but that's not enough. That's not enough. I'm going to play some videos for you very soon. Let me get back into this. Let's get back into it.
But for those who don't have
selling
the
her pain
of this is a short summary of what has happened.
Okay.
I have been accused of cheating at 5 months pregnant with Athena in my belly.
Disgusting.
This is about October of 2021.
He said disgusting.
Sure.
While I visited Nigeria for my friend's wedding.
Debunk away.
Such. If I did anything like that, let my career end today.
Loriro.
I did anything, and I want to.
First of all, your career is not going to end, because these men are going to keep watching your booty shaking on this internet. The algorithms is going to love it, even without them asking to watch you. Just because their friends in their network watch it, the algorithm will present your video to them. No career, it's not going to end in that way unless you use your own hands, as in like bare hands, like literally, to destroy it. It's not your voodoo curses that's going to make it end. You see how we deceive ourselves? But somebody's going to bite into us. Did you see her swearing up and down? I believe her. There's a problem. First of all, she's already admitted to, a little bit of infidelity, right? She's admitted to that. Now, the 5 months is a little wild, okay? That's kind of wild, and I don't think we need to necessarily respond to her or say she's lying, but most human beings are going to take sides. They're going to choose the side that their brain works on and believe it and run with it. Okay?
Blatantly state that in the course of our legal marriage, from 2019 all the way to the separation on March 3rd, 2022, I never cheated on Dr. Justin Dean, aka Mr. Korra Obidi.
Okay.
I never did. I only admitted to having an affair before I came to the United States, which caused me so much pain.
Okay, that part.
In my life.
So she admitted to that.
In my entire existence.
So you never cheated, but you had an affair, and that caused you pain.
This man abused me.
How?
Constantly for.
Wait. See, that's confusing. Okay, that's confusing. You had an affair. Okay, an affair meaning just a relationship, or you're meaning an affair outside of a commitment? Because in that case, that would still be considered being unfaithful, right? So maybe she's gonna explain more. Let's see.
Months. What happened to be months? In front of his parents, his mother, I called one time telling her, your son just hit me in the face, and picked up my child and looked her in the face and said, your mother is a... What did she say? Sounds like you guys are going at it with each other. Sounds like you guys are arguing like you always do.
Wait. Let's get back.
Months. What happened to be months? In front of his parents, his mother, I called one time telling her, your son just hit me in the face, and picked up my child and looked her in the face and said, your mother is a... What did she say? Sounds like you guys are going at it with each other. Sounds like you guys are arguing like you always do.
Wait, what do you expect her to say? That's the mother. You see, see? Oh, God.
I never expected it.
What do you expect her to say? If I tell any parent or parent of a spouse or in-laws of any type, if I tell them anything here, tell them, hey, go and ask them to seek help. You don't want to take any type of sides or seemingly take any sides, and when you don't take any side, you will still collect. Why? Because you are the parent of a spouse. This is an example. So how much more when you run your mouth, right? What does she expect the mother to say? If you come like your son just picked up the baby and say your mother is a whore. I believe that he did that. I believe that a lot of men, they go and marry a Korra Obidi, and then they pretend like they didn't know that she's Korra Obidi, right? You will see some things through her phone. You will see some lifestyle. She's a dancer. Now, if you're not a secure person, it will affect your mental health. So you want to make sure that you're strong enough for what you're engaging in. Just the fact that she's Korra Obidi, like she doesn't have to commit any of this, right? So I believe he did that. But Auntie Korra, Auntie Korra and all the Korras out there, what do you expect Justin's mother to say if you go and report this matter to her, right? What are your expectations exactly? Do you have unrealistic expectations? Are you okay? Because what she said, I don't see anything wrong with it. It's just whatever they say. They'll always be wrong, right? But I want you to be self-aware about that. You're calling that person's mother to report to her, right? And she didn't say, hey, I don't think my son can do that, you're lying. She said, it sounds like you guys are going through it. And then you're making faces as that woman said something. Let's keep going. She's using her mouth to say it. We didn't say it for her. Let's keep going.
There was no justice for me until I picked up the pieces of my life and divorced that abusive man.
I'm just confused here, guys, because is she justifying having an affair because she admitted to it and because she's now saying that he was abusive? Is that what she's saying? Is that what her definition of debunk is?
No. What she's doing right now is very simple. Okay. And she's going to be tired.
We go explain because no evidence.
Yeah. What's going on, Binkwe? Welcome, Binkwe. How are you? Let me say, Denise. Denise says, just Dr. Justin E. Korra, gross probleme come ballon asusi Korra de fair Shisam. Anybody understand French? Abi, what is this? Is this French or broken French? Which one? Or sapase? Please translate to English for me. Thank you. Please translate to English for me. I appreciate you if you can do that for me. I beg. All right. We are going to continue this, but let me see what Bigwe said. Bigwe said his mother could have been more emphatic though. Yes, could have been. Could, shoulda, could have, woulda. That's all fantasies. Unfortunately, that's all fantasies. Okay? We could be more empathetic with the mother and say, hey, she found herself inside of that poto where she has a son that did not have the skill to be in a marriage. And she didn't know what to say. I can relate with this story. Okay, I'll tell you guys more about that later on. But I can relate very closely with this story, right? She could have been more empathetic. Yeah, sure. She's a human being too. Just like Korra. Maybe he's the first one, I don't know. Maybe whatever, But she's inside of that situation at an emotional level too. So if we're going to give Korra a pass, we should also give her a pass, right? We should start giving pass all around. That's why all of this comes down to self-accountability. Pointing fingers, you will always find the next person to point. That person can point finger too, and that person can point finger too, and that person can point finger too. All of this comes down to accountability, self-accountability in particular. Because people are going to do what they're going to do, and they are all mostly, for the most part, reacting to something. At the very minimum, they are reacting to environmental factors, the way they were raised, their coconut head, their lack of skills. They are reacting to something. The only thing you can do is you as an individual hold yourself accountable, because that has the most significant power to attract your reality. But I agree that she could have been. That's just not the reality. And I want you to look around you. Every story like this, that tends not to be the reality. What happens is that the best you can get is that they're confused. If a person is even close to emotional intelligence as well, they're like, that happened? Wow. So sorry to hear what you're going through. Right? Now, if she says so sorry or not, we don't know. Because the feelings that Korra had at that moment is what she's going to narrate as a story today, when you combine it with everything else, right? So we don't know what we don't know. All I can work with is what she's saying right now in this video. So am I giving the mother a pass? No, I'm actually agreeing that yes, she could have. The reality is that she wasn't. And the only thing we can see right now is Korra is pointing fingers backwards. She's not going to escape the work of self-accountability. There's no way around it. Chinye says, so before she come to America as a couple was when she cheated with the affair, and she confessed to him, so she collected wutu from him. However, the accusation that she cheated during pregnancy, yes. The issue with that is that once you say you did it once, it's very hard for human beings to now give you a pass all along. I know the pregnancy 5-month thing sounds disgusting, sounds almost impossible, but honestly, if someone can do it once, they can do it over again. That doesn't mean they did it. But again, the internet is responding. Can she handle this mentally, or she's going to end up calling voodoo on strangers? It's not going to work. That's what I'm trying to say. She will need to do the work. Oh, MOP, you are reviewing this guy content. Forget that dude. He's as biased. No. It's not his content. He hasn't said much now. We're working with what Korra said for the most part so far. Thank you, Pinkwe. Yeah, it's I agree with you, but that's just not the reality, unfortunately. Most mothers will probably outrightly take sides, like disgustingly. the most emotionally intelligent of them will be confused. They won't know what to do with that situation. So, was a lie, as Justin himself came out 2 years ago with this accusation to end her YouTube career. Then he said that he lied and stated that she didn't cheat during pregnancy, but before she moved to the States. And she's not justifying it. Yes. The guy reacted to the video. What was he confused about? What she said was clear. Yeah. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. There's more to this. Let's see.
What's she saying?
March of 2022. As of the end of the divorce, several of my Koreans came out to talk about how they have been cyberly molested by Mr. Korra Obidi, aka Justin Dean, and how he had, in the guise of helping them with their lower back pain, lured them into sending lewd pictures of themselves and the entire naked bodies.
Oh no!
And pictures that he had documented in a sick.
Wait, are we changing topics? Did you just change topic? Let's wait for it. Let's just let it follow all the way through. She's changing the topic, right? Right? Is that what that's what she just did? We're talking about something else, like but you too, go you too. But you too, you did this. That's what she's doing right now, right? Let's keep going.
What does that have to do with debunking?
That I believe he still has a possession of till today. He coined a lot of women into sending them their nudes. He also
Korra Obidi. Hey.
You go explain because no evidence.
She will explain tired. The funny thing is that after the London incident, she no one mentioned his name. He accused her of lying about the attack and came back to... No, you guys know I already dragged... The way I started touching this story is I dragged Justin because it's obvious. It's a mommy's boy. It's obvious that he's just a confused person. He wanted the brown sugar, and the guy, collected more than enough brown sugar. He's still chasing after brown sugar. And according to Korra Obidi right now, he was actually getting some panties by showing people he was going to be, giving them massage. That's what he does, right? Is he a doctor for real? Are chiropractors doctors? Anyway, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Like giving them massage, and then he will basically coerce them into sending them pictures, nude pictures. Rahim, Adewale, leave me alone. No. Korra Obidi. Is he Obidi? How do you say it in Igbo? Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. I've watched his content, especially on Korra, and I saw through his bias. Yeah, he's a manosphere guy. That's why he will have bias towards men. Okay, he would support men no matter what it sounds like. Okay, so that's what he does. Let's not worry about MTR right now. Justin is using human beings to do personal National Geographic content. Now we're getting there. I see, because I cannot watch someone with that low IQ and trying to manipulate words and situations. I'm sorry. He hasn't said much. And Nisuru, are you sure you don't know this guy already? He hasn't said much now. How can you conclude so fast? Right? Let's keep going. Hit the like button. Thank you. Let's keep going.
Did this while he was in practice as a chiropractor.
I'm confused
in Los Angeles.
He's confused because he doesn't know the full story. He's just covering the part that will make him drag this woman. Obviously, that's what he does. He's a manosphere guy. So let's not worry. Can you not distract us with MTR? Let's just worry about what he's reacting to right now, which is Korra is doing a lot of talking, a lot of shalaye, and she will explain tired. Let's not front. She go explain tired.
You go explain because no evidence.
A lot of women have finally found the strength to come out to talk about how they didn't even know when they did this. A 19-year-old girl in Brazil talked about how she was with him while they were married. He cheated several times.
So it was okay. That's the point. He was cheating too.
Pregnant with Athena in Santo Domingo.
Okay.
I went to visit him while he was on a course, and I got infected. He administered me with antibiotics while Athena was in my stomach. Partly I just thank God that it had no adverse effects on my unborn baby.
I'm so confused because we started off this conversation saying that she was going to...
Sebi, you want to hear MTR?
And I hear no...
You want to hear MTR? Yeah, hear him.
On my unborn baby.
I'm so confused because we started off this conversation saying that she was going to debunk something. And I hear no debunking besides I just didn't do it. But what I've also heard
But he did it too.
This is incredibly toxic. That's the first thing. Even listening to this, I feel like I need to go take a cold goddamn shower and remove the sin up off my body because there is no part of my life that has anything to do with any relationship in my life that is this goddamn toxic. It is ridiculous to me to think that people actually situate themselves. Like, this is just not healthy. They talk about stress being the #1 killer, and this is y'all's back and forth? This is it? He's ridiculous for marrying your crazy ass, and you're ridiculous for marrying his crazy.
I'm a therapist who goes.
Can you at least agree with that? Is it possible? Can we get you all to agree with what he just said? If you disagree, please give me why. Tell me why. And stay focused on what he just said. Can you? Is it possible? Can you possibly agree with what he just said? Don't forget, this is the source of this young girl. Deeper Christian Life Ministries. Let's not forget that, because there's a lot of lessons in this across the board, right? Okay. Can we at least agree with what he just said? I should just go over it. Oh God. Let's see. You know, right? He already said that his allegation about the cheating was false. I am not sure why he is bringing it back. Okay. Because you know, we can't put a timeline onto when people tell their story, the actual truth. Like, people might lie about them being abused, they might lie because they're trying to protect the person, and then they will go back and forth. And then what do we say? When, for the most part, when we see the story, we say, well, you can't put a timeline on where people decide to do that. They can always tell their truth when they tell their truth. And in that same breath, you encourage men to come into the internet and be vulnerable. Do we not do that? Not me, obviously, because I always push against that. But do we not do that? Is Justin Obidi not telling his quote unquote his truth right now? You don't think it's the truth, I get it, but his own truth, right? Are we going to put a timeline on what he's doing right now? Abi will only do that selective thing when it's only a fit. Let's think about it deeper, right? Because yes, he lied, he retracted the lie, or he told the truth, he retracted the truth and replaced it with a lie, and then he's back again now because after 2 years he cannot move on. He's having a hard time moving on, right? And he's now telling the version of the truth that completely aligns with what his emotions are right now. He's a confused man. It's a confused man. When you try to shape the reality of life, or you try to control narrative to fit your feelings, it can backfire like this somewhere in the future. Because at the end of the day, nature is not your mate. We have an equilibrium that we always fall back to. We can go as far as you would like, but we always fall back to it, right? And we're not paying a lot of attention to that. We just talk about the things that make us feel good, including me, at any point in time. So should we put a timeline? Abi, exactly how are we going to detect who is telling the truth now?
We go explain, because no evidence.
How are we going to do that? Somebody help me. Let me come to the chat. This conversation is going to get longer than I thought. No, I have to be out of here on time. I have other things to take care of, you know. I honestly don't believe he's practicing his profession because he has too much time in his hands and lie about having celebrity comment. Justin is a liar, you know. I'm very convinced he's a liar, but I think Korra is a hell of a liar too, okay. That guy is right. That was a toxic relationship. There's no way we're going to just go over that and say, oh, he was just he just evil. Or we're just going to turn around and say she's just evil. No, that's not what happened. These people had no business being in a relationship in the first place, much less creating kids. Forget that they are doing interracial thing, which is another layer of barriers that they have to work with, right? That you have to learn how to navigate. They should not, these two people had no business being in a relationship. Okay? What kind of kids do you think they're going to raise? What do you think? Do you think those kids are raised with the right tools to navigate this very dangerous and vicious life? Do you think so? Yeah. I'm here. I'm waiting. I'm in your chat right now. If it is from Manosphere, there's no point wasting time to watch all his reaction. Mister, I'm so confused. I feel you, Binkwe. I feel you. Justin is crazy for sure. MOP family yellow. Latu, how are you? How are you there? Nuclear plant calling other people toxic. Hilarious. Both of them shouldn't have went past hello, how are you? Bye bye. I think that's the main point here, Binkwe. That's the main point here. This Korra Justin saga is confusing and definitely toxic. They both need to pay for my therapy session, I swear. I hear you, Adewale. Absolutely. Absolutely. I wholeheartedly agree. Justin Obidi Bawo, he collected her snore name too. Yes, now, you didn't know. I think I was the first that actually called him Obidi because it was too obvious from like 2 years ago. But it is what it is. It's just shaming language. It's okay. We really shouldn't be shaming them. We should be extracting the lesson. So let's stay focused. I disagree because he didn't research Korra to really know her. That's it. Korra is using her mouth to talk right now. I don't know 1/10 of what you guys know about Korra Obidi's story. I really don't. I don't follow her like that and that's the same thing true for most of the stories I cover here. But listen, I've been covering some of these stories and you've noticed some consistency in the way I analyze this kind of stuff, right? You can just hear it. Okay, 2-3 sentences, and that's what I'm trying to share with you. Your discernment should be that sharp. You hear 2 or 3 sentences, you just know that it should be hello, nice to meet you, bye. You want to hear their full life story and maybe go through about 5 kids before you know if this is toxic for you. No. We could tell. Okay, after 3 sentences, I can tell if I should do life with you or not. How, Sway? Just keep listening, keep coming around. Okay, it's not something we can get through one day. No, he can absolutely say his truth, but when you keep lying over and over, it is confusing and difficult to believe you anymore, regardless of the gender. I agree, but we only pick a side when we say that, though. We tend to give them room to say their truth, and we're encouraging men to do that too. But this is what it looks like when men jump out into the internet and quote unquote tell their truth. What you're looking at is what it looks like. Why do we have Pastor Kumuyi on the screen? Anybody remind me? Why do we have him on the screen again? Let's put Korra on the screen. Hold on. Let's see. I watched the other show when he was basing her as an Instagram baddie, when a simple research would tell him she's a professional singer. Wait, film girl, come here. Film girl, come here, real quick, come here.
Stop the cap.
Take time, okay? Korra Obidi is absolutely Instagram baddie.
Stop the cap.
She's an Instagram baddie. Can you tell me the difference between professional singer and dancer who advertise on Instagram and a professional baddie? What's the difference? One sings and dances and the other one doesn't? Please help me here because I'm confused. Now I'm confused. My IQ just went straight through the gutter. Straight into the bottom. Help me. You would imagine he would have moved on by now. Now her matter is still they talk. No, he can't move on. That's unrealistic expectations. It just so happened that she has the clout. She's the star. She's absolutely a rock star, right? If it was her, she wouldn't move on. You never hear that story where that person's like, well, I keep seeing this person on TV over and over again, and I remember when I was going through that relationship, and I just can't stand it. I have to come out and speak my truth. You never heard that before? Well, this is an example of it. Okay, he can't move on. That's unrealistic expectations. Okay. I just think their union was founded on the basis of creating interracial relationship content. They forgot that they actually have in a real life relationship. There's a lot of truth to what you just said. That's what it looked like, because they were also getting a lot of engagement by showcasing that part until they started fighting. And the judge, correct me on this one, I'm not sure if I'm right on this one, the judge had to tell them, don't put the kids on camera anymore. It's not the first time we've seen this kind of story. It's not the second time. It's not the third time. You remember the Jamie Perkins story and the Nikki? Are you not seeing these stories consistently? No, it's not about one person being wrong. It's about, you see the pattern. There's certain things that create, there's certain things that will create a certain type of results over and over again. Because she's a professional singer now. She's an author of a book too. No, she's many things. Amongst many, she's also an Instagram baddie. What's wrong with being a baddie? Why is that coming off as a wrong thing? Right? Is that such a bad thing? Insta baddies don't usually have any discernible talent. They are just there. Like who? Like Kim Kardashian? Is that an example? Okay, all right. If you say so, you know. My pretty boy is the mother of his children. All these allegations, MOP, you are defending this man. No, you need to go and watch my other videos, Zenzi. See, now I'm going to accuse you of the same thing, right? Since you accused MTR of not knowing the backstory, go and watch my other Korra Obidi story. This is the closest to me dragging Korra Obidi ever. This is the close, you know. But we have to call it what it is, right? Off of what she's saying. I never make up anything. This is what she's saying with her own mouth. She said she wanted to debunk story, and she started talking about some people came out and started dragging him for sending naked pictures. That's not relevant. Where is it? That's not relevant. She was tired. She will shalaye tired. If you want to know what I really recommend for them, wait till the end of this. Okay?
Explain, because no evidence.
If I were Korra, I wouldn't have reacted to his trash talking, but what do I know? Latu, you are absolutely correct. But that's unrealistic expectations of a Korra. Korra feeds, her whole lifestyle is off of this clout thing. I think she's also smart enough to say, wait, you want to drag? Let me jump on the live session and let's get some money coming into this, because I'm going to have to give this guy $50,000 again. Are you saying she's not doing something like that? Maybe she's rightfully doing that. But no, that's a big part of who she is. The internet clout. And that will make it super difficult for her not to respond to certain things. That will make it super difficult for her to also manage her emotional centeredness, control over time. It's difficult. Like you see people say, well, they're just chasing clout. They know what they're doing. No, the human mind is not your mate. It's not your mate. Okay? Why is it that most of them engage the negative comment more so? All of us, as a matter of fact, engage the negative comment. I'll make it a point. I have to be intentional. Whenever I see anybody donate, shout out to Latu, Natu. All people always donate, even after I'm done with the show, right? D, right? I'll make it a point to respond. But the way my natural brain goes is just to hit like and keep it moving. Like, no. It's not just the negative people that will get my engagement. I want to engage those that are actually doing, supporting the movement as well. But because the human mind, natural instinct, engages the negative comments. That's what it does. That's not something you control. I don't care how much money you've made and you just know how this works. You have a human mind in your brain. You need to be intentional about this kind of things. You know, so you're right. She should, remember, just like Bimpo was right, she should not be responding, should not shoot fantasy. But she's just a human being. She's not going to be able to hold her cool for long unless she has a good support system for that. Okay. Now, it's not everything you also ignore, but this one right here, responding with all this juju stuff. Hey, she will keep getting this internet money for sure, but she can forget about having a healthy relationship, romantic, healthy relationship. It's not going to work. It's going to milk whoever she's getting with of everything. They have to be super secure in themselves, and they have to, like, it's almost impossible. Okay, it's possible, almost impossible. If you're not ready to support, we are also being with a famous person is work. Okay, it's like you were reading my mind. Being with a famous person is work. If you want to also be famous, if you're not ready to support, you will resent the person for shining brighter. Absolutely, I agree 100% with that. I agree. Okay, new subscriber here, Zenzi. Welcome. I will go and watch the other videos. Welcome, Zenzi. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. So I always come from both ends of my mouth. Sorry, pardon me. You have to listen long enough to really hear my take on this stuff, right? But usually I'm just for healthy relationships. That's where I'm coming from. And I believe that it's not a matter of right or wrong. It's a matter of emotional intelligence beyond just how you see life, beyond your perspective, beyond your ideologies, beyond, like, this whole thing is a moving target, and you have to pay attention to how fast, how slow, 3 step forward, 2 step backwards. It can be very weird, you know. But if you keep coming around, you will, all my sisters here, they know how to finish my sentence for me after a while. MOP is not dragging Korra. Korra brought all the BS on herself. It is what it is. She's responding. She's giving. This is another thing when you're talking. You're giving ammunitions. You're telling on yourself. This is true across the board. You talk long enough, you tell on yourself. You know. She's been holding her cool, but like you said, it's so difficult to continue to be dragged by your ex-husband. You keep your cool, and it doesn't ever stop. No, yeah, it's very difficult. It's very difficult. She will need a very strong support system to be able to hold cool. Everything that Justin is doing right now, I predicted 2 years ago, because it was just obvious. He pulled out the camera. The first night, so he pulled out the camera and started filming the drama between him and his wife. That is an incompetent man. How did you end up in a marriage with that person will be my next question. You will need to explain, and you're probably going to explain tired because it's probably hard. Because you're caught up in your emotions, you might feel like I'm judging you, but that's the first point. We need to first of all realize, how did we get here? How did you get here? Because if you don't know that, you will repeat the same thing again, especially that you're caught up in your emotions right now. You will repeat the same mistakes again, because your true self comes out with your emotions, right? But when you are emotionally aware, you do things above just things happening to you. You make things happen as opposed to things happening to you in life. But yeah, let's get back to what MTR was talking about. Let's see. You guys can drag MTR all you want. I'm not really a fan of MTR. I do follow him because the men, these are the talking points that they're using to destroy their own relationship. He's never been married. So, and we have a lot of unmarried people advising men and women on the internet. So I have to keep paying attention to what they're saying. Let's keep going. Let's see.
Same lot of accusations back and forth. I'm just assuming both of y'all crazy, because why would a sane person marry a insane person? So both of y'all have both of y'all got a lot of goddamn issues. The next thing is that she's moving the goalpost to all of these additional and these new accusations when you're supposed to be debunking, right? Like, are you saying that these things are doctored? Are you saying that they're completely made up? Are you saying, right, like, defamation within this case should be open and shut, right? Because it is easy through the use of technology, cell phone towers, pinging, locations, to be able to identify whether or not these were completely doctored and completely made up. That would be debunking, but you're not debunking, you're besmirching his name.
These are just a few things that I endured before I finally made it out of that abusive relationship.
He forced you to take antibiotics. How do you get forced to take antibiotics? You took the antibiotics your damn self. Are you saying that he put the pill in a drink and you just, I didn't know? Is that what you're saying? If so, how did you know that you were taking antibiotics? You made it sound like he forced you. Words that were exchanged in front of a young girl, right? Like, parents argue all the time. Are you then just saying that he did that because the daughter was somewhere in there? You're saying that physically abusive? If true, and also you weren't physically abusive back, why did you choose to marry this man? I am just so confused. I'm just so confused.
I hope this is a little close.
Now, people do, let me address this really quickly. Real quick. People, everybody that say I do, they don't know what they're doing. It's really that simple. Well, so how do you solve for that? Well, you go and learn how marriages work once you get married, okay? You're going to be triggered. There are events that will happen that you will start to feel like, wait, did I even know this is going to happen 100% across the board? Did I ever, like, and by the way, you did everything. You did all the marriage counseling, premarital counseling, you did all of it. In fact, you were raised by marriage coaches and counselors. Okay, but you're going to end up in that situation that will trigger you, that will make you feel like, did I ever know this person? It doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, it's going to happen. Okay, when that happens, welcome to the real world. Now it's time to start the work. Okay, That's what. But guess what most people do? It's like, you lied to me. No, nobody lied to anybody. So this question is always an invalid question, because I asked the same question just a few minutes ago, right? So I'm calling myself out, right? So how did you end up in this situation? When I ask that question, I just want them to tell me some kind of story, so we can start to pick, like, how did you get into this space? But if you're asking that question to judge that person, to say, well, you were wrong for marrying this person, no, that is lame. That is absolutely lame, because most people are going to end up in a marriage where they start, they question compatibility, they question sexual compatibility, they question everything. They're going to end up in that moment where they question that. Now it's up to them what they do with that moment, because if they can get from that point to the other side, it's bliss, it's beautiful, right? Because it's been tested now, right? But most people are just going to look at the other person square in the face and say, it's all your fault, right? Or some counselors will claim, well, you shouldn't have, like, know who you marry. Make sure you marry the right person. When you go around the internet, everybody's saying make sure you marry the right person. I think it's the lamest advice coming from all of us. We need to stop, okay? Most people are going to find themselves in situations where they say, did that marry the right person? Or they will now take their own experience and carbon copy paste it on somebody else and say, make sure you marry the right person. And then when they encounter the first crisis, the first thing they're going to say is question like, maybe I married the wrong person. Especially if they have a little prophet somewhere that told them that, I think you should have married a Benga. You're not supposed to be married to Daniel. Your husband Daniel, it was the wrong person. What I see is a Benga. But wait, his brother is Benga. No, he's supposed to be a Benga. Right? Have you not heard these stories before? Listen, marriage is not your mate. Marriage, emotions no be your mate. You will be checked. You'll be chin checked because you don't know what you were doing when you're subscribing to it. And it's okay because you're not alone. But it's time to now learn how to do it. Right? So he just asked that question, like, I know a lot of people say that too. You married the wrong person. Like, all of us literally, aka, will marry the wrong person. It's up to you what you make out of it. Let me come to the chat real quick. I'm struggling with this really quickly thing. Oh God, somebody's gonna drive me with this really quickly thing one day. It's all good. We'll go there here. When you find out the issue is what you do after you find out. Thank you, says more. Right? It's what you do when you get hit with crisis in life. When you are confronted with conflict, it's what you do that matters. But you know what? Most people just judge. They say you shouldn't have been in that position in the first place. No, all of us will end up in poto every now and then. That's the reality. There's no way around it. Okay? See here, MOP, many people get married because of age. They think, well, it's time. I should be married by now. That's a problem. Then they marry the person they are dating at that time, who might be someone they picked vainly. Yeah, that's a problem. But it's a problem momentarily, just in that moment. It doesn't have to remain a problem for the rest of their life. Whatever it is that made you be in that relationship with that person at the moment where you decided, it's okay. Right? You were with them. Okay, it was time for you to marry. You're now married. What I want you to know that it's time for you to learn how the game works now. Yes, it's a game. Okay, it's now time, especially when you start to see some crisis. This person, they just seem like they don't care. How can a person that claimed that they love me act like that? There's no way you ever love me. Well, you're not confused like the rest of us. Okay, when we found ourselves in that situation, it's time that you engage the help that you need. Okay, because I guarantee you, right, that it's not just you. There's nobody that has it perfect somewhere else. Right? Because that's what it becomes. You start to fantasize about other people, especially if you have somebody whispering in your ears and making you feel special. You start to compare your present partner to that person, and you're lying to yourself, because you have to start from ground zero like the rest of us. Right? So while you can find yourself in problems, it's what you do with those problems. I always say something here: don't give your problems away. Don't do that. It's your problem. That is an opportunity. This is true in marriage, relationships, business, life, in every aspect of life. problems are opportunities if you can see it. Right? But you know what most people do? They give the problem to somebody and say it's somebody else's fault. They engage shaming tactic, blaming tactics. And then worse, sometimes the reality kicks in the form of guilt because they know that they were also responsible for where they found themselves. Even if you marry the right person with no skill, will land straight inside of the poto. It doesn't matter. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Everyone that's in a successful marriage, they've been through something. They felt like it was straight poto. Yep. Yeah. Now, there's nothing wrong with praying for people and say, hey, may you find the right partner for you. Yeah, sure. Okay. Amen. But if you don't do the work, yeah, let's not lie to ourselves here. Okay. Just look around you. You see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So, MOP, are you saying that there's no right person, just right choices? Let's agree to disagree. I'm saying that every marriage, okay, I'm focusing on feelings, not a matter of choice. I can make a choice to be here today, and I'm here, okay? And the actual effect of me being here today is not something I'm going to see today on this video. It's something that will pay off for the most part later on in one shape, form, or the other. Sometimes the people that are getting the most out of these shows that I run here, they don't talk in the chat. They're sitting behind the scenes, they're learning. Okay, they're seeing themselves, they're reflecting on it, right? So it's not about, like I've always said, it's not about right or wrong. It's about rub your mind against what I'm sharing with you and see if you can gain additional insights. The reality is that everybody inside of a marriage will end up inside of some kind of poto someday, and they will question if they married the right person. So as you can see, marrying the right person or the wrong person is now, the grand scheme of things, irrelevant to the actual issues. They just find themselves in crisis. What matters is how you handle the crisis and the conflict you're going to inevitably encounter when it comes to not just marriage. No, don't blame this on marriage. Life, just life, you know. Sesma say, I even surprise myself with my actions sometimes, so I cannot pressure myself to know somebody else 100%. It's literally impossible. It's literally impossible. They're evolving just like you're evolving, right? I can only redeem my sanity by removing myself. That's it. Sometimes that's what it takes. You remove yourself. If you're in the moment and you feel like that person's the wrong person, in that moment, that's the feeling that overwhelmed you. You remove yourself. That doesn't have to be a permanent decision. Just remove yourself. Sometimes see finish don't enter the matter. Sometimes they're taking you for granted because they don't know what it feels like to not have you around. Sometimes it's just the end of the road. Sometimes it's just completely bad. Sometimes, like, yeah, I married the wrong person. I'm just saying that's literally across the board irrelevant. And pray I have wisdom in the process. That's what life comes down to. So true talk, I think most people focus not on 100% knowing the other person, but knowing what it is about them they can cause issues for you or the relationship. The rest is on them. No, it's a moving target. You're not wrong. It's just a moving target all along. You know, another thing will show up tomorrow and you're going to be like, oh, I feel so good. I think I was just overreacting yesterday. And some people have extreme stories, like maybe a DV story. I will never tolerate that you overthink that. If you're in harm's way, remove yourself, period. All right. All I see here is confirmation of how African marrying Oyibo isn't net of roses. It has never been. It has never been. Many African women in interracial marriages are suffering, but they can't say PIM. Hey, I don't know, you know, but many, okay, so to get two. There are also many in interracial marriages and they're enjoying it. Now, two, get two. What do you want? Right? It's like, it's the same thing as, well, you marry the right person. Well, everybody's going to feel like they married the right person sometimes or the wrong person sometimes. Two to get two. Now let's focus on what matters, because once that becomes one, you multiply with everything else equals to that same thing. All right. I just want us to focus on what matters, which is skills. You need the skills to maintain long-term relationships. Either you marry the right person or not, it doesn't matter. You need certain set of skill sets. Majority of it is going to be how you handle crisis, because it's inevitable. It will happen to every single one of us. That is true across the board. That is true across the board. Yeah. So let's get into some more, because we're running out of time a little bit.
Closure and legal action is on its way for the slander and defamation that I have had to endure over the years. Thank you for constantly being a Korean. Thank you for loving me. I love you so much.
Okay.
I have 2 things to say.
Okay, Jesus. Cover yourself with the blood of Jesus right about now.
Cheated on my ex-husband at 5 months pregnant. If I did it,
If you did it,
may I die before my time.
You know that doesn't really work, right?
That shit don't work. No, you walk somewhere in my village, calm down. We're on the internet. It doesn't work. Okay.
Is that your debunking? Is if I did it, may a lightning bolt strike? You know,
no, this guy will not understand all the way what it means to swear. He won't understand the full intricacies of it at the traditional level. In either we're talking about in Africa, in some village in Ondo State, or in Anambra, or in Haiti. He won't understand it fully, but he's right. Okay, it's just not gonna work.
That actually doesn't work, right? So
may everything I wish for in my life never come to pass.
that doesn't actually work. Sorry.
May I never know.
So she's on the internet creating content that you're glued to, that we're all reacting to right now, and may it not work. May all the career. Unfortunately, Korra is a product of this situation. That's what you're looking at on the screen. Deep. A Korean, Korean with her name. She's talking about her tribe. All of them now. That's what she's talking about. It doesn't work. And somebody's gonna yeah, I knew she was telling the truth. Did you not see her swear? It doesn't matter. What we're talking about is marriage. What makes it work? What's going to make it work is not because somebody said you were supposed to marry a Tunde and you're not married to Tunde. That's not how marriages work. Okay? Your prophets, they might have seen things. They're not necessarily lying. Sometimes they're just they're also a product of their own situation, right? I closed my eyes. I just saw Tunde. Tunde is the first name that flashed into my head. Tunde is your husband. And now they forgot to know. They just you start walking around life looking for Tunde everywhere. Even though there's Damilola over here who says, you know what? I think you're beautiful. I think I'm going to take care of you for the rest of your life. And you're like, but you're a narcissist because you said something that was triggering yesterday. Yeah. But wait, that's how I felt. I just felt like what he said was nothing. No, you are confirming that it's not Tunde because your prophet told you 3 years ago, right? Your confirmation bias is what's happening to you. You see how I just created about 200,000 Hollywood movies in that? Somebody called me a producer in Hollywood. I'm really good at this. But this is literally what happens. You become a slave to your own mindset. What is she doing right now? Look at this. Look at this mess. What is she doing? What is all this? Wait, what are you guys talking about? What about Femi? Femi go collect self. Femi go collect. Okay? Because everybody already said Femi are bad boys.
Sorry.
Femi go collect now. Could it work? Well, my sister told me long time ago there was a Femi that used to break everybody's heart. So I will never ever be with a Femi in my life. Have you taken the time to look in the mirror and say, where did that get that idea from? How did that get here? The mind is your number one asset after yourself, of course. What was it that created the way your mindset works? I don't know what that is, but do some work around that. Study it. How did you come to this space? Your outlook on life, your perspective on life. It's not about your right or wrong. Just assess it. Make sure that you're paying attention to how you think, why you think the way you think. Because you cannot have emotional intelligence by cutting corners. Like you skip your whole self, you're trying to study other people's emotions. That's not how it works. You need to learn yourself first. It's a very difficult thing because think about it. You literally stay there and you step outside of your own body to look at, okay, what I just said right now, where did it come from? What was the source of? It's an extremely difficult process to go through. And you're not going to listen to me until you find yourself at rock bottom. But when you do, remember, there's something about your mindset that attracts what you attract. Your reality, how you see the events of life, the interpretations you give to events of life. There's something about you, right? And it's not a matter of it's your fault. It's a function of how you were programmed since the beginning of your being. Why are we looking at this right now?
Peace. And may my child never be successful.
Okay, that's some shit that you...
What if I didn't?
If you've been injured in a car accident, don't call an attorney.
Let's see.
And for the last 2 years, I have been constantly harassed.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
Trolled, defamed by this man. May everybody, plus the perpetrator and the supporters of the perpetrator who have
cover yourself with the blood, though.
May they never know peace.
Wait,
damn.
Wait, the children are in the house while she was doing that. Jesus Christ. Lord have mercy. This voodoo session is funny, Sha. Korra is a trip. Listen, it is funny, okay? Does swearing work when you use glass? That's another angle. Because glass now in both thing, right? Let's say she should have used Igba like the ones we see in the Yoruba movies. That would be better, right? Maybe that I would believe that more. That will probably work better. Use a calabash as opposed to glass. With glass, with something that's coming out of a sachet, that means that thing has gone through a factory somewhere where they sealed it off as an Onyibo package something. It should have been some kind of raw herbs from a babalawo somewhere. It should look like the actual Nollywood movies. I will believe it when I see at one calabash. All this modern Western juju is not sweet, please. It's still bougie. Exactly. We're struggling here. We're struggling. God will see us all the way through. We now self-diagnose people as being narcissistic, but now all issues in the relationship stem from narcissism. Yeah, because that's what happens with terminologies, and all of this stuff is still in the lab. They're still being studied in the labs. So they're coming up with new criteria all the time. There's research going on all the time. So people are going to nail the loved ones in their life with terminologies before they even take the time to learn themselves. That's what's going on. So you can see, you will see more of this in the next 5 years. You will see what I just said will repeat itself in a different form. But then you'll be like, that's true. It's all being studied. It's still being studied. It's research, right? So if that's being studied, you're using that terminology somebody came up with, and then you're casting it on the person that you are in some kind of relationship with, a relationship that is your responsibility to manage, either their ex or not. It doesn't matter. You have to manage that relationship, right? But what happens? That person looks like the devil to you. You're like, it's no point managing the relationship. They're just the devil. And you're confused because you're still in that relationship with them. It's confusing. Some people just lack the skills to navigate some situation. That's it. She needs to be mindful of saying such things if the babies are in the background. They could have walked into her session and picked up one thing or the other. Listen, if the juju works the way we think it works, those babies will pick up something, and it's not good. Whatever it is, they're picking up that energy, right? Well, where does Korra belong to self? One moment she's calling God. I'll tell you where she actually belongs. This is exactly what made her. This is what made her. Look at the screen. Look at the screen. This is what made her. That's why she was speaking in tongues when she was in harm's way. See the way she reacted when she was in crisis? That's exactly who she is. That's what made who she was. This stuff that she's doing right now, there's a chance that it's partly part of the clouds that she's always chasing. She's, all the stuff, okay? She also knows the algorithms like the back of her hands. I'm going to play some video for you guys in a second. She's very smart, but she's not a very wise person. She's going to struggle in the long term. because of some of these monsters that she's gonna have to deal with. There's a lot of monitoring spirits too, and she's responding to every single one of them. It's not just Justin, okay? It's not just Justin. And there are people looking to make money off of their situation too, as in like create more evil for them, right? Me, make a no shalaye tired, but I will respond to this when I see lessons around relationships and marriage, right? But there are people that are literally cooking stories around their stories and making shit up just because they know their story is a gift that keeps giving. Okay, so maybe some of those people will collect from these curses that she's raining right now.
May humiliation daily be the portion of them and their children till the day that they go.
Oh my God.
Alive themselves.
Sheesh. Wait a minute, till they unalive themselves. Oh my God. I believe him. I'm sorry. Oh, what a dirty diamond razor tongue. You know what's crazy? She complained about if he did call her a whore in front of the daughter, but she's saying these things as the young girl is cooing in the background. She can hear you. To everybody unalives themselves. Ooh.
That's toxic. I don't care what you say. That's toxic. Listen, we should not be hearing those babies in the background. Okay. I'll listen. I can handle everything else. Hearing those babies in the background is another level entirely. She's calling the God of our ancestors. Not in this video, but she did that a while back when the issue with Justin was still very hot. She even knelt down herself. Wahala. She's struggling. I think we can all agree that she's struggling, and she's going to need to seek proper help to get through this. The idea that Justin is going to stop, she cannot count on that. She can't count on that because Justin gets his clout from her reaction. She can't count on that. She's going to need not just help, not just therapy, but an ongoing support system. Ongoing support system. She's going to need it. Listen, if you're a Michael Jackson, if you are, last night my wife and I went to see the Bob Marley story. If you're that kind of person, you carry a lot of weight. If you're a rock star, it's a lot of weight that you carry as an individual, right? And if you end up in a romantic relationship with a Justin, somebody that's butthurt for the rest of his life, there's no saying what's gonna come next. The next trigger, we don't know what angle is gonna come from. She's gonna need an ongoing support system, okay? Because everything gets old. She's not gonna be able to shake those booties for the rest of her life. Everything gets old, you know. Shout out to 2Y. Okay, did she say till they unalive themselves? Why twist her words? I beg you. Same potato. Did you not hear what she said? Do I need to rewind that? Twist her words. He needs to use the exact words. This is the wrong show. Because I interpret what people say here, or what they mean, or what could happen eventually. And it's only a matter of time you accuse me of twisting words. So let's pay attention to that.
That's nasty work.
Pray in the name of the Father.
Ooh.
Yes, my queen.
Oh, this is evil. She has.
Nobody can destroy.
Did you hear those babies again?
Lies.
Okay.
I need one concrete evidence.
Not the smoke.
Okay.
Not some doctored text messages between you and yourself or you and your bloggers. I want the person who said I slept with her fiancé to come out and tell me to my face.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, wait. He gave her a good point. Interesting. It come and say it to your face. That's a good point, for real. Let me see. Big Boy says, as a Yoruba raised Nigerian lady, I would never mess with some saying some words or curses, especially around your children. If you know, you know. Exactly. But you know, when people get caught up in their emotions, they just do the worst. They do the worst, including drag all of their family members, including their children, in that mess, because they get caught up in their emotion. But you're absolutely correct. The way I was raised, the way my brain is set up, I'm just not this. Like, I'm not just gonna sit around and start doing incantations of things I don't understand, because I know my spirit rejects it. It's like, but when you get into a space where Korra is, where you're willing to do anything for attention, how much exactly is she willing to do? Even when her relationship is ending up in the poto, even when these guys start to complain and say, hey, I know I kind of support you in what you're doing. How do you think Korra responded to those kind of talk? Like I already said, like Solomon Bucci said, you should not try to change people if they showed you who they are. But let's just switch gears for a second. How do you think Korra responded the first time he said, babe, we're having a baby right now. We should start thinking about the future. I know you dance a lot and all this kind of stuff, and I want to support you. How do you think she responded? Like, oh, my crown. You're right. You're right. Yeah, right. Unrealistic expectations. She did exactly what she did. She gained her freedom from deeper life from all those years. And no one is going to stop her. Period. 2Y, okay, so MOP is the other commenter. So sorry. That's why it's always good to chill before you react to stuff. So I actually forgot everything that we're talking about right now. But shout out to you, 2Y, okay. Thanks for being here. I say, okay, Film Girl says she said she's in therapy in the interview you posted yesterday. I bet she did. She says she's in therapy in the I'm gonna play that video in a second. I think I should leave. I think we get the full gist of this right now because he played the highlight obviously in the beginning. But let me play some other videos here because we're getting down to rounding up. Yes, I misunderstood you. Absolutely. That's the problem with it. That's why I tell people, like, hey, calm down, understand it's not everything you respond to. At least ask them what they mean before you respond. So sorry about that, OY2K. Can that powder work on institutions like banks, airlines? I'm trying to do an expensive vacation at no cost. Me too, I want to check something. Continue. All right, that's a good question. Maybe I will check my own values somewhere, put my values somewhere. Me and Bingbe just said there's certain things I won't say. If we know that it works on banks, Bingbe, can you join me? Will you join me if you know that some of this Ogiri stuff works on, if you know that it works on bank and institutions and we can get our way? Will you join me, Bingbe, in this thing? Because my values, I have my values, so what, it depends. So maybe you can get away with it. After all, we're not hurting. As long as it's money that's not coming from somebody else's pocket. Is that the rule? Well, let's set a rule for ourselves. When we know that these things work, right? That we will use it only if we know that it's not hurting another human being. Is that the rules? I'm wondering. Let me come and share this thing real quick before we end this story. She grew up, attended. You missed that part in the beginning. It's a big part of what made her. This is a big deal. Let me share some videos with you from the clip that Film Girl was just talking about. I have, how many videos do I have here? Let's go with this first. Breaking.
I mean, everybody who wants me to do something else, I'm just like, it just.
Shout out to Adi Shokwe at Afrobeats Podcast. This is what I'm playing right now. So, within fair use guidelines. Let's keep going.
I just end up breaking their hearts. Like, broke my father's heart, broke my sister's heart, broke my ex-husband's heart. I just keep breaking because you want me to be something that I'm not. I am this.
You want me to be something that I am not. I am this. That's as clear as day. Right? It's a bad idea. Please, Now, obviously, there's some nuances. Everybody changes. Everybody evolve. I'd rather that she changes because she wants to change. I'd rather that she change from a place of free will. Because then it's much more sustainable, right? How do I make that happen? Well, it depends on my seduction skills. It depends on my overall seduction skills over time, not just being able to get her in bed. That's not what seduction means, okay? But overall seduction skills, my ability to influence her behavior from a place of free will, not using languages like you're a wife now, just imagine how she's going to respond. Just imagine this wait
theme of heartbreaking.
I mean, anybody who wants me to do something else, I'm just like, it just.
She said everybody. This sounds like a trauma. I don't know if it is. I'm not diagnosing her, but sounds like something she's been dealing with for a long time. Listen to the list.
I just end up breaking their hearts. Like, broke my father's heart, broke my sister's heart, broke my ex-husband's heart. I just
broke everybody's heart.
Keep breaking because you want me to be something that I'm not. I am this.
How difficult?
I am this. Everybody just they chop break fast. Listen to this one.
Every other person gets carried away with the ego of the side of things. For me, ego is the enemy. I hate ego. In fact, when I'm blowing I just go and keep myself inside some place. Like, because I don't want
to make sure that your
fame,
ego...
Yeah.
No matter how big you are, before you know, you'll be like, I'm Asgard.
Absolutely.
God, and you're not. So like, I check the ego, but not a lot of people know this. I read a book called Ego is the Enemy a long time ago. So I saw the workings of ego before I even got any clout. So I was like, hey, I see you, I spot you, I'm moving to the left, I'm dodging, I'm weaving. You never are bigger than yourself. You cannot be more than what you are. So
that's one of the things I heard her say that made me say she's a very, very smart girl. Okay. I will even give her some credit in terms of wisdom. What she just said is a lot of wisdom in it. Most people that are not pompous, they naturally don't come off as pompous. They don't think they can also play pride out in real life. And that's a real thing she just said. A big deal. We all have pride in us, and it's going to show up from a blind spot. It's not going to, if you're a pompous person, that's not what we're talking about. If you tend to be very, what's the word I'm looking for? You're very with your words. Like you just... you're arrogant. That's not what I'm talking about. Pride will come from a blind spot. It will come. Every one of us have blind spots. It will come from your blind spot. Okay, it's not going to come down in the form of the devil. If you're a Jesus person, that part you got that covered. The devil is going to come from the other angle. So you have to stay aware, self-awareness. That's a good point she just made. Let me see. I think there's additional ones. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm going to the third one real quick. Let's see. There you go.
What'd you learn from that whole situation?
It takes two to tango. Nobody is right. Nobody is wrong. When it comes to two kids, when two elephants are fighting, it's the ground that suffers.
Facts.
So at some point, it was a battle of lawyers. I did the math. $87,000 later, and these lawyers were still trying to say, your ex-husband said, I'm like, you're a witch. Because you just want us to keep fighting so that you can keep making money. It's a game.
No way.
What she just dropped is a big, big secret that a lot of people are not familiar with. Okay? A lot of people, they think of lawyers as, this sanctity, lawyers, this, that, the laws. Okay? Nonsense. All that stuff, including the institutions, you can use it against yourself. You can use to shoot yourself on the legs. In the beginning, of course, they're professionals. They will come off as they're on your side. That's what they're supposed to do. Okay? And it's not necessarily your fault. We've all fallen for things like that, right? But if you're not very careful, they are your actual enemy. And that's what she's talking about. Okay? Not because they're sitting down there, let me make this person an enemy, I want to hurt them. No, it's because their livelihood depends on that case continuing in that same direction. $87,000. Very important. Let's play this one.
Dragging with my last name everywhere. It was very bad. There were meetings and meetings.
What was the family? Yeah, extended family.
Yeah, it was like, but the thing is, once, the push came to shove,
they had to stand by their own.
They go back there. You're not going back there. Because there was a lot of things I used to hide. My sister was like, hey, I'm telling everything. So once everything came to the light, you're out. And once I was out, it was like, I showed up at the courtroom. 5 elder men, my Diokpa, my clan. I have a whole tribe that I didn't even know existed in Los Angeles.
Wow.
They just showed up at the courts. I felt like, oh my God. I just
felt like a queen.
Obakwesi, Odogu.
Felt like a princess.
I didn't even know that these people were here, And it's just like the beauty of tribe. And
Listen, ladies. Listen to me carefully. You are somebody's princess. Okay? If you elope, it's difficult though. Family is everything. The tribe is everything. I'm not talking about tribal nonsense. I'm talking about just your tribe. It's everything. Okay? While I might, in certain context, I might say, hey, it's not everything you share with family. Listen. There's other context. That's why it's never right and wrong. There's other context. There's somebody that's wise enough in your family that they will be there to support you. You want to feel a sense of belonging, a sense like, don't lose your identity. Same thing I say about, what's the name of the prince, the one that now lives in the United States, Prince Harry. Eloping is a bad idea. It's a bad idea. You will end up resenting yourself. Because at the end of the day, you see what she said in the beginning when she talked about the mother of Justin. She didn't appreciate exactly, she didn't show enough empathy. This is the reality. Okay? Now, there's the other side of it where you have to manage your relationship with your own family. When you're in good place with your husband, with your spouse. Your spouse obviously comes first. Okay? But in case you find yourself in some kind of crisis, have you completely destroyed, burnt the bridge with your own family? Right? And that's what she's talking about here. The tribe is everything.
But the courts, I felt like, oh my God. I just was like, Obakwesi, Odogu, Ojogu. I didn't even know that these people were here, you know? And it's just like the beauty of tribe. And I just felt like, because I felt like I was alone, you know?
She felt like she was all alone. That is a very typical, consistent thing I hear, especially from women. That is a very consistent thing that I hear, especially from women, when they find themselves in a relationship that turn out badly. They felt alone. The last thing they want to do is run back to their family, because that's also part of their identity, is the choice they made. And they don't want the sister's mouth all over. We told you, we should have, or they don't want to feel like a failure in front of their own people. Right? So that's a consistent thing. So that's why it's not about burning the bridge. It's not about putting your spouse over your family. It's about learning priorities in life. It's precisely about learning how to manage relationships. It's about learning how to manage relationships. It's not about learning how to call out who is right or wrong. You already know how to do that. I know you know how to call out the right and wrong. It's not me that will teach you. Somebody taught you a moral standard somewhere already. And it's probably who you are. And I'm asking you, push small against that, because the reality in life is everything is not gonna happen around that reality. The reality is that there are billions of people competing in this same space, and somebody must win. And I want it to be you. It's not gonna be based on your righteousness. Your righteousness. You know what time it is. That's one of the reasons why I have a hard time dragging Korra. I have empathy for where she's coming from. When you are raised in this, it's difficult. I can relate, because I was raised, my teenage years were also in that Pentecostal life. But my parents were always kind of like liberal. Right? When I had my high top in the early 90s, there's always some brother say, hey, brotherly, you know you're not supposed to have, just because it's a little punk like that. Like punk, like Brother Ben's punk back then. Somebody is coming to talk to me about punk like this. Hey, what, can I just have a little fun? What's wrong with these people? Jesus Christ, right? And my parents were always there, so don't worry about it. Right? But majority of people around in the church, they're judging. They're looking. There's all kind of extra nonsense that has nothing to do with life in reality. You cannot stop fashion and in style. That's an evolving, moving thing. But when you are raised in that system, you cannot watch TV. Let me see. I think there might be one more video that I want to play here. It will shock you.
With my last name everywhere, it was very bad. There were meetings and meetings.
What was the family? Yeah.
Okay, I think that's the
it
last
was
one I
like-
just played.
But the thing is, once the push came to shove,
They had to stand by their own.
Yeah. So I already played that. The thing is that now is Korra sick? No, I won't say she's sick. Absolutely not. I won't call her sick. That's kind of extreme, but I won't. It's not that deep too. It's a YouTube thumbnail. All right, she's a popular figure, so it's what's gonna happen. She will get dragged in this internet street. So I don't think it's about that. It's about the nuances of this story. When you are a Korra, okay, there is a certain way. Men are traditional, okay. They tend to be traditional, and sometimes the overly woke one can just say, yeah, I can deal with anything until they start until reality kicks in. I was like, I actually want you to myself exclusively. I like the sense of we're exclusive. I don't want to share you with the rest of the world like that. Are you prepared, if you're a Korra Obidi, to handle that when it happens? Abi, you're just going to throw the baby out to the bathwater? Do you have the skill to seduce that man the same way you seduced him in the beginning? Can you keep it up? Abi, this is the point where you call him a narcissist. Are you aware? That's the question that I really have here. Are you ready for that? Abi, you've been reading books. Me too, I have books. He's just a narcissist. He wants to control me. Are you prepared for that? Did you listen long enough to know that's what's going to happen? Or he just wants, like, he's feeling some type of way about it? Maybe it's just a moment. Is it a lot of weight to carry to have to deal with another adult? Yes! Welcome to adulthood, like Pinkway just said. Adulthood, no be your mate. Now, gentlemen, you go and marry a Korra Obidi. Aba, are you expecting that she will just be like, let me put my life on hold? Or my career? Aba, you will trigger her. The only thing she will remember, she will just start seeing deeper life in you, like, this won't want to stop me.
Are you playing? What type of playing is this? This is playing. Why
She just said this one is mad. All I can see is Pastor Kumoyi.
Are you stupid? Are you a crazy person?
That's all she can see. You will trigger her. No, she will not be able to explain it in words like this. That's not how it works. All right. She'll be confused at first. She actually tried to help you small, like, babe, this is what we tried. This is what we're, like, but babe, no, but yeah, it's not gonna be outright somebody jump out and start accusing you of. No, it's going to be conversations, arguments, disagreements, back and forth, a lot of confusion. They might even say what they don't mean, and you're like, but that's not what you said yesterday. But you told me that it's gonna play out in so many different movies and titles that by the time you're done with this, you'll be confused. You just be confused. You might not even want to leave. I know Korra said she divorced him earlier on, but I think he initiated the divorce. But I better say my punk don't collect. We tried to do that. We're looking up to our big brothers. We wanted to do it. There's always somebody in the church who's like yeah, it's like we now even go, like, we try to leave some here so that it doesn't look too much. We just want to taste it a little bit. These people, they won't let us have our punk in peace. Extra nonsense that has nothing to do with Christianity. That's what Nigerian Christianity do for the most part. It's just a bunch of nonsense that has nothing to do with Christ. Right? They literally have injected Christianity with traditional stuff from even like more traditional religions and stuff. It's just confusing for most children, and they're gonna end up exactly like Korra Obidi, confused. They never really learn the skills of life. And I have to give Korra a lot, because a lot of things she just said is a lot of wisdom in what she just said. But it looks like she knew this, she's learned that stuff after she collected shege from this white boy, right? So it's not about getting it right. You marry the right person. It's never really about that, okay? It's about after you don't marry that right person. I hope you marry the right person. Are you prepared to handle the crisis that will make you feel like you married the wrong person? It's going to happen. It's the reality. Are you prepared for that? Well, it's not about knowing everything up front. You don't have to know everything up front. Just know that it's going to happen. And then when it happens, you're like, well, I said it. Now, let me engage wise counsel. There's something I don't know. I'm confused. It's time to learn something new. That's really all you have to do. Just being humble enough to do that. Because honestly, if I try to teach you right now, you cannot comprehend what I'm talking about, because it will be disconnected from the story that you're going to create, your true life story. Okay? Korra is yearning for an idealistic acceptance of her uniqueness in a world that's wired to be judgmental, free spirit, wild and free. Thank you, 2YOK. That's exactly, I couldn't have said that better. It's just unrealistic. It's unrealistic. Now, if you have a woke man who say, no, I accept you. Sure, appreciate that. Celebrate that. Are you wise enough to celebrate that? I bet you think you should show up like that every day. The next time you show up with a little small instincts, or what do you call it? There's a word I'm looking for. Something that relates to how people are made, right? That's a word I'm looking for right now. When he shows up with that, is it instinctive? That natural part of him, right? Are you going to overreact and say, I knew it. All men are scum. Right? Is that how you're going to react? Because guess what? He's going to show you scum. Because as a human being with emotions, he will get triggered and he's going to think the worst nightmare ever. His worst nightmare is going to have his worst fear is going to create all kind of movies in his head, and he's going to attract what he fears the most. And that's what it looks like. What you're looking at, the Korra Bass on the internet, is what it looks like. Okay, yours might not be Korra. Maybe you're not popular like Korra. It might even be worse, because now you feel alone for real. At least Korra can jump on live and a bunch of people is like thumbs up, and she has a few fake love for the next hour that she's live. You might not have that luxury. Okay. He initiated it by mouth. He never followed through. He was saying it, enjoying her, begging him, and after he kept torturing her with it, she called her bluff. Love it. Love that. You don't threaten your partner with divorce if you can't handle it. Don't do it to yourself. You will create fear, and people will attract what they fear the most. Yep. Anyway, that's that for now. I do have a coaching session coming up in 8 minutes, so I have to run. Nobody called in. This is a hard stop right here. If you're brand new here, do me a favor. I appreciate you for being here. Let's continue the conversation, okay? Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. It's absolutely okay to agree to disagree. The only thing that's not okay, that is you don't take some kind of insight away to go process even more with time. Now I disagree with that. I want you to actually take something away from this and let's see. But share your thoughts, okay? Share your thoughts. Share your opinions in the comments, in the chat. Shout out to 2YOK. Shout out to Chinye, of course. Shout out to Binkwe was here today. Shout out to Brother Beno, my G. Shout out to Sesmoa. Shout out to... Hit that like button right now, by the way. Hit that like button. Share, subscribe. Thank you. Shout out to... Who else was here? Natu was here. I know she's probably listening in the background. D-Love was here. Shout out to Zenzi. Shout out to you. I think she said she's brand new here, new subscriber. Shout out to who else did I have here earlier on? Trying to see now. Some of this chat have disappeared. Shout out to Adewale, my brother. Good to see you, man. Shout out to Film Girl, my G. Shout out to Latu. Shout out to who else? No, wait. Okay, I got more. Let's see here. Let's see. Misty EE, shout out to you. Shout out to Natu. Shout out to, okay. And shout out to myself. I was the first commenter. Alright. So I appreciate you all. Not to say I'm braiding my hair. Nice. Lovely. Thank you. Alright. So that's all I have on this episode. Take care of yourself. Ultimately, take care of yourself. Your self-love, self-esteem, self-respect, whatever it is that you're expecting from other people, make sure you're able to give yourself that. people generally mimic how you see yourself. Okay, I'm not talking about momentary stuff. I'm talking about over the long run. They mimic how you see yourself. If you don't take care of yourself, naturally they don't. It's like they can't relate, you know. So just pay attention to that. Whatever that looks like, I don't know what that looks like in your words. Just make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Hopefully you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one, and peace.
It's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Me love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.